Hello, welcome back. So it looks like Facebook had a steep reversal, and after this fake news report from Bloomberg, where the stock went down like 6% in minutes and then went back up, now it's actually trading almost 14% higher right now after hours, approaching $200. We're going to examine what the earnings of the company were. I don't believe I have seen the guidance yet, and it's something that interests me a lot. But let's take a look at what's going on here right now. The earnings per share 2.72 versus 256. That's a pretty nice increase here. Better net income, it looks like. That's good to see, of course. And pretty nice increase as well. Now, the revenue has been a little bit lower, but okay, a little bit of a decrease in revenue is it's not a massive problem, especially when the earnings are actually increasing. So that's actually very good to see. Now, a very light increase a decrease in terms of increase in terms of the daily active users. So that's another good thing to see. Monthly active users, it is a little bit less. I don't think these kinds of figures play too much of a role for Facebook unless it's a steep decline, because they are already controlling like half the planet. So it doesn't really make too much sense to pay too much attention to this one. Now, you will see here that the article kind of talks about the previous report and all that, and the stock is up 13% after hours is what is happening right now. So again, I want to see what is going to happen when the guidance comes out. Probably may affect it a little bit, or maybe not. We'll see. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's out already and I just haven't seen it. We can take a little bit of a closer look at the stock news. Maybe we can find something here. It's pretty much stuck to. Yeah, there are some actual articles that are actually about yesterday or so, but this is about the earnings here, and yeah, it's pretty much. It's pretty. Look at this one. Heads for this small quarter. That was before the earnings, but yeah, this is probably the only one that is. Yeah, that is useful right now. Yeah, I guess it's still happening, so we'll see what's going to happen. But it looks like we are on spot. We are on route for pretty good return here in terms of the earnings report. Now, as I've said before, I don't really 15%. I don't really care too much about what the company is doing in terms of the earnings report and the after hours and all that. That's mostly for traders, because when I'm buying this company, I'm buying it for the long term, and there is a reason for this one. In case you haven't watched any of my videos before, let me explain why Meta is an amazing opportunity, regardless of what they would be doing with the metaverse. Because if you take a look at the numbers of Meta, first of all, we're using sort of like a metric system, which is about check marks and X's. And all of these are green, as you'll see here. Pretty much everything works in favor of Facebook. And frankly, the only thing I'm expecting from Facebook, and maybe it will happen a little bit later, I'm not sure today in the report, I really expect Facebook to announce share buybacks. It's surprising to me that they haven't announced buybacks yet, because they have tons of free cash flow, and their stock price is so cheap right now. It just doesn't make sense to not buy back shares. At least that's what I'm saying. 15.3 for a P ratio. That's probably a little bit lower today, actually, but it may get higher after the market report, after the earnings report today, and tomorrow it may be higher. But the price to free cash flow ratio 15, less than 15. Outstanding shares going down, and look at this, the cash flow that the company has. They can pay all of their total liabilities in a year. Insane solvency here. Growth that is amazing. Net income growth that's amazing. Revenue growth that is amazing. Free cash flow growth that is amazing. Total equity growth that is pretty good as well, and pretty much no debt, of course, for the company. Amazing return on assets, on equity, on capital employed. Look at these margins. I mean, this company has everything going for it. I mean, even the PEG ratio is positive right now. So everything. I mean, the price to earnings to growth, pretty much. So even the growth is amazing right now. So if we take a look at the stock evaluation tool, which kind of tells us a little bit more about what to pay for the company. I have done this sort of analysis before, but you'll see that the company's revenue growth has been insanely good over the years. And let's say that we go with something relatively low, 15, 17, and 19, which is less than all of these averages here. The net income margin, which is approximately the same every year, is what we can use here, 30, 32, and 34. Free cash flow margin, again, almost the same every year, 90, 95, and 100 is what we're using. Yeah, maybe 100 is a little bit too much. I'm going to go 98. Annual return, 13%, so the typical that I like to use. And if we hit calculate here, what's these levels here? It is insane how undervalued Facebook is right now. The lowest estimates with a revenue growth of 15% are pointing to a company that you can buy today for $292 and make 13% a year. And so even if I do, let's say, 2% revenue growth, which is like nothing, it is only then that I'm approaching the current price. I'm actually a little bit lower. And at 3%, I'm actually higher than the current price, which means that if I believe that Facebook will grow 3% a year for the next 5 years, I should be buying these all day. And 3% a year, look at the revenue growth that the company had in the previous years. How the hell are they going to be doing 3%? That's not going to happen for the next 5 years annually. It makes no sense. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about after the earnings report got released. It's irrelevant to me what they are doing. I would never be telling you that you should have bought and what are you doing if you're not buying. The company is doing amazingly and all that, because it's irrelevant. And what you should be seeing here is the numbers. Take a look at the numbers and discover yourself if they make sense for you. Take a look at the cash flow statement first. The cash flow statement, look at this cash flow, 17 billion, 17.4 to 39.12. So the company has almost $40 billion in free cash flow just in 2021, and a pretty nice stockpile of cash. So 40 billion in free cash flow. What are the liabilities? That's 40 billion a year, the last year. It's almost exactly the amount of total liabilities that they have. They can basically just write a check and pay off all their total liabilities. So what are we talking about here? I mean, to me, it's just crazy that people wanted to sell this. Again, regardless of what it's doing in the markets right now, I just don't understand. I mean, people are leaving money on the table, and again, short term, all sorts of things can happen. It can go down more, 10%, 15%, 20%. It's irrelevant. It's all about the sentiment. Have you seen anything changing in terms of the structure and the business of Facebook in the past couple of months or so? Nothing has changed, yet it kept going down. Why? It's all about the sentiment. It's all about the trend. We'll see if this gets reversed, but it's completely irrelevant to me, because I know that come 10 years from now, or maybe even 5 years from now, I'm pretty sure this company is going to be killing it. And so I would be very surprised if they're not like $500 or more. I would be very, very surprised. Unless something completely unexpected happens, which frankly, I just don't see how that would be the case. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you managed to get some Facebook early if you were into the stock, if you wanted to buy. I hope you got it early. I hope you made some money, and I hope you keep on doing well. And to the friend over here in the channel that actually bought before earnings, kudos to you, man. You did awesome. Good stuff. Thanks a lot for watching this one again. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.